That's the best I can do, okay? Like, that's it. That's what I have. Prompt number 3 is a book with a yellow cover. The book that I'm going to show you does not have a yellow cover. Doesn't even matter what it's about, in all honesty. I'm reading this. Hey friends, it's Robin. Welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of my Blackathon video. So today we're talking about my own TBR. So like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I am planning to do Team Oshun's prompts, and I will mention that I have taken these prompts very, very loosely. I picked out all of the books out of time that I wanted to read and then was just like, what fits into here? And it's not much. These don't really fit into the prompts very well at all, but we're gonna pretend. So we're gonna go over the 4 prompts really quick and what I am putting in here, and you can laugh at me about it. And then after that, I'm gonna talk about the remaining books that are on my TBR because there are a lot of them. Like I said in yesterday's video as well, I'm actually doing this for 4 days instead of just the 48 hours, just because I do work during the majority of the 48-hour readathon. So I'm gonna continue it on so that you actually have some good vlog footage of me reading. So let's just get right into the TBR. So the first prompt for Team Oshun is a hate to love romance. And for this, I am going more enemies to lovers, and that is Vicious Bonds by Shanora Williams. This is a book that is following our hero who ends up seeing the heroine in a forest. I believe she's like dropped into the forest, and he immediately assumes that she is his enemy, and they end up having to form an alliance, and he realizes that she's not his enemy. I don't actually know almost anything about this book other than the fact that it is a dark fantasy romance with telepathy. I believe this is kind of mafia-esque in some way, and that's what I know about it. The next 2 are just as bad. So prompt number 2 is a book that is involving water and or aquatic magic. And again, I don't have a book for this. So we bear with me here. This is ridiculous, I know. We're going with Cupid's Peak by Alicia Coe, which has a hot tub on the cover, which has water in it, right? That's the best I can do, okay? Like, that's it. That's what I have. And this is the next book in the Hollow Knights series. I believe that our heroine is a like shy introvert, and she has a romance with somebody that she feels like is outside of her league, and it's a Valentine's Day romance. And that's all I know about it. I really liked the Hallows Grove, the Halloween story that came in the series, and this is the next one, and I really want to read it. Prompt number 3 is a book with a yellow cover. And once again, the book that I'm going to show you does not have a yellow cover, but it has yellow on the cover. And that is His Majesty by Sean. Okay, like, I know that this cover is black. This book is shades of gray. I understand that. But the font is yellow, and that's the only color on the title. And this is the closest that I have to a book with a yellow cover. So, you know what? We're doing it. Do I know what this book is about? No, I do not. And then lastly, the last one was easy. The last prompt is a book that is steamy or sexy or sex positive. And for that, I had to go with Plie by H. Cunningham. Can we all just take a moment with this cover? Because holy hell, when I saw this cover, I'm pretty sure I immediately blushed because damn. But everyone that has been reading this has been loving it. And I believe that this is a ballerina romance, possibly age gap. It doesn't even matter what it's about, in all honesty. I'm reading this. Okay, so now that we're through that sad excuse for a readathon TBR, we're going to talk about the remaining books that I have for that weekend. First up is A Tale of Two Cities, the Valentine's Day novella by Alexandra Warren, which is the final book in her Tale of Two Cities series. None of these are connected in any way. They are all just revolving around their corresponding holiday, and all the characters in here are named after US cities. I don't know what this final book is about, but I have heard that this is everyone's favorite of the series. And I have really loved the books in the series that I've read. I've read all except for the New Year's Eve one. Then we have Business Casual by Danielle Allen, which is a book that I have had on my TBR for what feels like forever. And this is an office place romance. I don't know the synopsis of this one either, but the reason I don't know the synopsis is if you go to Goodreads, there isn't really a synopsis for this. It just says that it's an office place romance. So that's what I know about it. But I have read this author before, and I really loved this author before, so I'm excited to pick up another book of theirs. Then we have A Taste of Her Own Medicine by Tasha L. Harrison, which is another book that I've owned, I'm pretty sure for 2 years now. And I saw it over on Tiff from Tiff Talks pages originally. And I think it was free at the time. So I ended up purchasing it. And like I said in some other videos, my Kindle is a wasteland. I'm finally going to read it. This is following a heroine who is recently divorced. She is a little bit older, and I think she takes a cooking class, and everyone in the class is significantly younger than her, and they have an age gap romance. And I've heard nothing but good things. The covers of the series are stunning, and I'm really excited to read this. Then we have Coming Home by Kennedy Ryan, which is a brand new Audible original that is following two main characters who had this massive attraction in college, and nothing ever really came of it, and they ended up going their separate ways. Our hero is a journalist and our heroine is a newscaster, and they end up coming back to their university for homecoming, and they rekindle their romance. So it's kind of like a second chance sort of deal, and I adore Kennedy Ryan. I'm pretty sure I'll read anything that she writes, so I'm going to be listening to this on audio. Then we have XO by D. Rose, which is a book that I stumbled on when I was looking for February new releases. And I don't know if this was something that she had in like a newsletter at some point, but this is a little novelette that she is releasing on the 10th. And I'm pretty sure it's only like 40-50 pages. This is following a heroine who is going back to her like father's hometown, and she's falling in love with the owner of a bed and breakfast. It sounds cute and cozy. Very differently than that, we have Quark by Nikki Clark. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. And this is an alien romance. I know nothing else about it. This cover is honestly what caught my attention. I saw aliens and I was like, I have just started getting into alien romances. Love myself some monster romances. I've never really been into the whole alien romance thing, and now I want more alien romances. And then lastly is Office Hours by Katrina Jackson. I have this on my February TBR and I need to read it. This is another office place romance. Apparently that's a thing I'm doing. And I think that this is two professors, possibly, maybe. I don't know. These covers, though, are fantastic for the series, and I really want to read Sabbatical, which I've heard fantastic things about. So that is going to be the last book on this TBR. And I say that's the last book, but I do have so many more books downloaded on my Kindle that I could pick up for this. Are all of these going to happen? Probably not. My TBR is very loose at this point because I have 4 days. That's not a whole ton of reading time, so we're gonna make do. We're gonna get through as much as we can, and whatever we can't get through, we're gonna read throughout the rest of the month. So let me know if you are participating in this readathon. Let me know what team you're on, what you plan to read. Like I said, I will be vlogging, so look for my vlog. I think it's gonna be next week, Friday. I'm holding myself accountable for this. I'm getting it done. But thank you guys so much for watching this TBR. I will catch you all in my next video. Bye!